5+ leaders who promised to return to the golden age. Things used to be better. People said this at every point in history. In every place, in every era, some yearned for the past. Here are some leaders who exploited this sentiment. 1. Augustus. Emperor Octavian. Caesar Augustus was the founder of the Roman Empire. He was one of the first to recall the Age of Gold. His predecessor, Julius Caesar, was assassinated. Caesar left no heirs. Octavian deliberately took his name as an homage. He vowed to restore Rome to its former glory. He expanded the empire in Africa and Hispania. He conquered Egypt, Dalmatia, Pannonia, Noricum, and Rhaetia.
I found Rome a city of bricks, and left it a city of marble.
Caesar Augustus. 2. Cosimo I de' Medici. The rule of the early Medici in Florence was a time of prosperity. It was universally referred to as the Golden Age. The first Medici were bankers and traders, so they chose commerce over war, which benefited everyone. But their descendants were very different. Cosimo I became the Duke of Florence in 1537. He shared a name with Cosimo de' Medici, the dynasty's founder. But Cosimo I was from an obscure branch of the Medici family. He had to fight his way to the throne. He had the last Medici claimant assassinated. Then he instituted a militarized authoritarian rule. But of course, he invoked the Golden Age at every opportunity. 3. Adolf Hitler. It wasn't an accident that Nazi Germany was known as the Third Reich. Hitler exploited nostalgia for the days of the German Empire. He blamed every problem on the Weimar Republic. Just like Octavian, Hitler promised to return to imperial glory.
The government will therefore regard it as its first and foremost duty to re-establish the unity of spirit and will of our people.
Hitler promised a 1,000-year Reich, but lasted just 12. 4. Xi Jinping. Xi made no secret of his intentions from the start. His first speech as Secretary General was about restoring former glory. Xi reflected on China's 5,000-year history. He reminded listeners of China's indelible contribution to civilization. Xi promised to rejuvenate the nation.
Rejuvenation is the greatest dream for the Chinese nation in modern history.
In reality, Xi is closer to restoring Maoist ideals. This was one of the worst periods in Chinese history, but Xi has vowed to make China a superpower. 5. Vladimir Putin. Putin's vision of Russia's golden age is murky. He's always praised the Soviet era, but he also likes referencing the Russian Empire. Putin restored the Soviet national anthem and Soviet emblems, but he also befriended the Russian Orthodox Church. He has quoted the pro-Nazi Russian philosopher Ivan Ilyin. Putin had his remains repatriated to Russia and buried with honor. Putin likes to paint a vision of Russia as a distinct civilization.
Patriotism and responsibility for the future of the country were bequeathed to us by our ancestors.
Putin, June 12, 2023. 6. Every U.S. president ever. It's not just dictators who like to invoke the golden age. Donald Trump's famous slogan is "Make America Great Again." Joe Biden has promised to restore the soul of the United States. Ronald Reagan's campaign was called to restore America. Calvin Coolidge wanted to restore the dignity of the presidency. FDR called his New Deal a crusade to restore America to its own people. Obama promised to restore our moral standing so that America is once more the last, best hope for all who are called to the cause of freedom. Every politician wants to restore something. But where did all those golden ages come from in the first place?